My name is Clay Clark, and I'm the CEO of Thrive15.com. Today we are joined with Deidre Detterman, and we're going to be teaching you the 10 concepts you need to know before you can grow. I guarantee you that in today's training, you are going to find some principles that could be worth millions and millions of dollars to you. Remember, at Thrive15.com, we believe that knowledge without application is meaningless. So as you're watching today's episode, make sure that you ask yourself, what can you uniquely do to apply these success principles in your own life and business? Otherwise, today's episode may just turn out to be more meaningless than a price tag at a 99-cent store. All right, we are back here with Deidre Detterman, not Dieterman. Stop pronouncing it wrong. It's Detterman.
That's right.
And we're here talking about 10 concepts that you need to know, that I need to know, we all need to know before we can grow. 10 concepts you need to know before you can grow. There's a lot of stupid things that I've done for a long time, and then it seems like once a year I would discover a new epiphany. Oh yeah. And so I've tried to distill 10 concepts that every entrepreneur needs to know. And it's going to be kind of fun because Deidre is a very successful businesswoman, PR consultant, media guru, and we're going to go over the principle, get your feedback on the principle, and then just maybe show us how we can apply it. So it'll be kind of a fun, like a hot seat almost, but the seat is not super hot, but here we go. Think big. Concept number one, you have to think big. This is what our main man, Donald Trump, real estate titan, author, TV personality, the guy who always says, you're fired. That guy, this is what he says. If you're going to be thinking anything, you might as well think big. What does that mean to you?
Oh, absolutely. I think thinking beyond just, your little local business. Can you do it across the country? Can you do it across the world? With the internet today, it's a lot easier to have businesses that you can do internationally. Yeah. Online. So
I want to hammer that home for just a second to think about that. Regardless if you're on the left or the right side of the political spectrum, or maybe like you're watching from Costa Rica and you're not even registering on the left and right of the political spectrum. But the point is, people say, gosh, taxes are so high today. Taxes are so high, and there's just so much taxation. There's so much. But think about this. I was born in 1980. Deidre was born like 87. But when I was born, you had to. When I first booked my first DJ events, I literally had to mail a stamp to the customer. So I lick it, stamp, and I send it out. Customer then mails the contract back. Right. Takes 7 to 10 days. You want to get a hold of somebody, no one has a cell phone.
All right.
If you had a cell phone, you're that fancy person, that snooty person.
You're rich.
Yeah, and you got the backpack phone that they use like in the military. You've got that in the back of your trunk. And the cell phone bill, forget it. If you did have a cell phone, you have like 200 minutes. Yeah. And if you got an inbound call, you say, hey, I have to call you back on a landline. You hang up and you call them back from another phone. That's what we dealt with. Yeah. There has never been a better time to start a business than right now.
That's right.
Internet. Yeah. Awesome. You can market to people all over the world.
Yeah. Ship products.
Yeah. It's awesome. So this is a great time to be in business. But I want to know, if I'm a business owner, how can I apply the principle of thinking big? Maybe I'm just a bakery. Maybe I'm just a restaurant owner. How can I think big?
I think a mentor is a great person to help you with that. Okay. So just thinking beyond just your everyday is always important, and reading books and figuring out how other successful people did that. Took a small idea, a mom I know that was making hand stamped jewelry out of her kitchen now ships all over the world, and that's the beauty of the internet.
Thinking big to me is all about thinking about big in your lifestyle. Going, am I happy with my fitness? Am I happy with my relationships? Am I spending enough time with the ones I love? And then asking yourself, how am I going to do it? Right. Instead of going, well, this is just all I can have. Because if you think that way, that's what you're going to get. That's right. So thinking big is big. Think big. Challenge you right now. Ask yourself, what area are you limiting your thinking? And what area are you thinking small? I think small a lot. If you want an idea of examples of how to think small, look through my journals over there. I've got a lot of examples. Point number 2. This is concept number 2. We have to know before we can grow. Follow the proven path. Napoleon Hill, best-selling author, who I named my son after, he says, a Carnegie or a Rockefeller or a James J. Hill or a Deidre Detterman or a Marshall Field accumulates a fortune through the application of the same principles available to all of us. But we envy them. We envy Deidre and their wealth and success without ever thinking of studying their philosophies and applying it to ourselves. We look at a successful person and their hour of triumph, and we wonder how they did it. But we overlook the importance of analyzing their methods. And we forget the price they had to pay and the careful and well-organized preparation that had to be made before they could reap the fruits of their efforts. Deidre, when you hear that, this idea that anybody can become successful by following these principles, do you really believe that?
Yes, I do. When we started 918moms.com, it was all about what could we do that everyone else was doing in town in advertising. So, on television, it's video. So we created video on the site. You could have ads. In print, there were advertorials. People were writing about businesses. Well, we started doing advertorials on our website. So everything was online, really trying to go out there and go, we have all that. You can buy radio, TV, print. We've got that all online.